Finally, a good film out of this year that I can actually review and be positive about. Kingsman: The Secret Service is directed by Matthew Vaughn and stars some people, and I can't remember all their names, but I'll try my best. We got Colin Firth, Michael Caine's in it, Samuel Jackson, and that's about all I can remember at this point. But for the most part, this is actually a really good film. It's basically about this guy, and he is approached by Colin Firth, and Colin Firth is like, "Oh, I want you to join. I want you to train to join this elite uh, gentleman's unit, like Secret Service type thing called the Kingsman, and it's mostly to repay a favor to the main character's dad, who was a Kingsman, but he gets killed at like the beginning of the movie, and it's really crappy. Samuel Jackson as the villain, and he's doing something diabolical. I won't tell you exactly what it is, and that's basically what this movie is about. It's about him. It's about the main character becoming a Kingsman, and this movie was amazing. So this is an action movie that actually had good action. Had the best action scene I've seen all year, which isn't really saying much considering we're only in February so far. But it had the best action scene of the year in it for by far. I mean, comparing this movie to Taken 3, it's like comparing crap to a gold bar. That's real, literally what this is. This is an amazing movie, and it really, I really do love the action in this movie. Don't get me wrong, because I'm just over glorifying it over Taken 3. I mean, you don't really even need to, because Taken 3 is just such a bad movie. Anything could beat it, I feel like. But this is an amazing movie because the action was handled so well. Like, I mean, I literally could tell what was happening, even though there were parts where they were using shaky cam, and I'm just like, I can tell what's going on. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. And I was just so impressed by all the action scenes and how they were shot. And it's apparent that this film is like the guy, Matthew Vaughn, the director, really likes old time spy movies because he really shows it in this film. The actual Kingsman thing is not just about becoming like a spy, like Secret Service person, and having all these cool gadgets and weaponry and whatnot, but it's also about being a gentleman, which is pretty interesting because for the most part they're really gentleman-like until they're actually doing their missions, and then they're killing a bunch of people, and it's like, whoa. Another thing I love about this movie was the characters, because Colin Firth, holy crap, he was such a good, like, I mean, he has, like, action scenes in this movie, and this guy's 54. Keep that in mind. He's 54, and he did basically all the stunts in this movie on his own. And that is really impressive. And I also like the main character, because he's a really good character. I like all the characters in this movie, because everyone in this movie has something that makes them not a indestructible being and makes them actual human. And so, like, if something happens to them, they're just like, oh crap, I need to do something about this. I can't just blow my way through everything. I like that part about the film. There's the one of the villains was like a girl, and she has blades for feet, which was awesome, and it was actually a really cool thing. And I thought it was gonna be kind of gimmicky, but it was actually a really cool thing. And one of the problems that most people might have going into this is Samuel L. Jackson and his lisp. I mean, he has a lisp in the movie. My friend, I was just talking to him, told me that the only reason he doesn't want to see this movie is because Samuel L. Jackson looks like a hipster and he has a lisp. I tell my friend, I'm just like, okay, just so you know, it bothers you for only like a scene, and then after that, it's like you don't even really recognize it anymore. And actually makes him a more interesting character because of it. And I actually was amused by some of the times when Samuel L. Jackson was talking in this movie, and it was pretty funny. And yeah, you might think that it was probably the worst thing about this film, but it's not. He actually really pulled it off well, and I thought he was a really good. he did a really good job in his role in the movie. I know you know the action scenes in this movie are going to be good when Colin Firth is in a church. He's about to pull his gun out, and the song "Freebird" starts playing. And it's kind of a little pushing it when it comes to that scene, but holy crap. Best action scene all year. If nothing else, go to this movie for that scene. You'll know when you'll know it's happening when it happens, and it's amazing. Just if nothing else, go to the movie for that one scene. The only problem you really have with the movie, and the only thing that really bothered me was like some stuff doesn't get totally resolved. You don't know what really happens to one of the girls who's trying to become a Kingsman, and it's like, oh, okay. You don't really know like what happens to the Kingsman after a certain thing happens. I'm not going to spoil anything. Yeah, there's some things that you don't really know what is certain of after the end of the movie. I don't know if they'll make a sequel. If they do, I hope it's awesome. But that's really the only major problem you have with the movie. Nothing else is really a problem. And guys, I loved Kingsman: The Secret Service, and I definitely think it is worth buying on Blu-ray when it comes out. And you definitely need to buy this on Blu-ray. And that's what I'm going to do. And I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe down in the box below. And as always, guys, do not forget to be a nerd. Bye.